y equals 0, 3y squared minus 6x equals 0. Same idea like before with a function with one variable. Okay, so let's see how we do this. One possibility here is, first of all, I divide by 3, and I get that x squared minus 2y equals 0, or y is x squared over 2. But now I have to put this in here, in the second equation. So I have 3. This gets squared. X squared over 2 squared minus 6x equals 0. Any questions so far? Let's take a moment and look and see if you have any questions. Any questions so far here? Everything okay? Everything okay, everyone?
So did you
Yes?
just solve for y?
I didn't solve for anything yet. I'm
Okay.
just trying to get an equation with only one variable. I haven't reached any stage yet. I only solved one equation for one variable and I replaced it in the other. But I did not do anything else yet. Okay, next. I have x to the 4th divided by 4 minus 6x equals 0. I multiply both sides by 4. I have x to the 4th minus 24x equals 0.
Professor, what did
Yes.
you want to go?
Did I do something?
I forgot the 3.
I forgot the 3. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. Why did I forget the 3? Sorry. No reason. Thank you so much. Okay, I will divide now by 3. That is great help. So x to the 4th minus 8x equals 0. I love it. Thank you very much. So then x and x cubed minus 8 equals 0. So at this point we have to factor. So one solution will be x equals 0. If x is 0, also y is 0. And from here, we only get one real solution, that x equals how much?
2.
Yes. And if x is 2, 4 divided by 2 will be 2. Y is also 2. Now we have 2 points. We will conduct the d-test for both points, separately, of course. So I'm going to call point A 0, 0. You don't have to call them anything. It's just easier for me. 2, 2. Now, here is what we need to calculate in the d-test. The d-test for each point that has to be determined has the following formula. fxx at 0, 0 multiplied by fyy at 0, 0 minus fxy at 0, 0 squared. The same thing for 2, 2. For the second one, I have fxx evaluated at 2, 2, fyy at 2, 2, fxy at 2, 2. I do not have the fxx and fyy, and I don't have a fxy. No problem. I'll find them right now. So fxx, I differentiate with respect to x, and I get 6x. fxy, I differentiate this with respect to y, I get negative 6. Okay, fyy. fyy with respect to y will be 6y. fyx with respect to x is negative 6 as expected. Good. Awesome. So then the D test, fxx with 0, 0 is 0. Fyy with 0, 0 is 0. This is negative 6, but squared is 36 with minus in front will be negative 36. So I get D equals negative 36. When D is a negative number, this point, in other words 0, 0, is not a max, not a min. It's a saddle point, is a saddle point. And let me show you a graph of how a saddle point looks like. Let me go to page 571 for a second. I want 571. Enter. Here is a saddle point. Exactly what it means. So this point is not a max, is not a min. When the D test gives us a negative number, the answer is D is less than 0. It's not a max, it's not a min. For some reason they don't say, but this is a saddle point. Okay, good. Back to 576. Okay, well, I'm just getting it ready for some other problem. I'm sure we're going to pick another. Okay, we are continuing now with the same thing, but for 2, 2. So, fxx at 2, 2 is 12 times. Fyy at 2, 2 is still 12 minus. Fxy at 2, 2 is still negative 6 squared, which is 36. So this is 144 minus 36, which is a number greater than 0. And now, D is greater than 0 for 2, 2, and fxx at 2, 2 is positive. If D is positive and fxx at the same time is positive, the conclusion is that 2, 2 is a relative min. If D is positive and fxx at that point is less than 0, this is a relative maximum. And if D is 0, the test is not applicable. So let's summarize the D test. D test. And we know what this means. First of all, it's fxx at that point, a comma b, times fyy at a comma b minus fxy at a comma b, but squared. Number 1, if D is 0, test is not applicable. Not applicable. Number 2, if D is less than 0, saddle. Not a max, not a min. 3, only when D is positive, there are 2 possibilities. fxx at a comma b, positive, or relative min. Of course, a comma b, relative min. If fxx at a comma b is less than 0, a comma b is a relative max. And this is the D test, and there is nothing else. We're just going to practice the D test right now in different applications or other problems if you'd like. Maximizing profit and etc., etc. Anything else we want to look at? And that's the entire course that we had to go through. Entire material. Okay. Let's choose maximizing profit. Humphrey's Medical Supply finds that its profit, P, in millions, is given by P of course, two variables, A, comma, N, A, amount spent on advertising, and in millions, and N, number of items sold. Find the maximum value of P and the values of max. Here we were not asked to do that, but this is the relative, it gives us a relative minimum, but I want to do it. What is the relative min? I want to plug it in. So f of 2 comma 2 will be the relative min. So I have 8 plus 8 minus 6 times 4. So this will be 16 minus 24, negative 8. Okay, that's how we determine the relative minimum. This is the point that gives the relative minimum. What is the exact relative minimum? This is it. Good. So then, here's our function. Okay, it's a long one. Negative 5a squared minus 3n squared plus 48a minus 4, and there are no two minuses. Remember, I just want to emphasize that something else follows. Plus 2an and plus 290. They're asking us to find the maximum. Maximum profit. It's a function of two variables. We have to conduct the d-test. First step. This is page 9. Okay. In step number 1, I need PA and I need PN. PA, I differentiate with respect to A. Okay. Negative 10A. Nothing. 48. Nothing plus 2n. Nothing. So I see A here, I differentiate. I don't see A, goodbye. I see A here, I differentiate. I don't see A, goodbye. 2an, I see A, so it's 2n. I don't see A, goodbye. Good, Pn. No n, I have negative 6n. No n, I have n, minus 4. Yes, plus 2a. No n. In step number 2, I set them equal to each other, creating a system. So negative 10a plus 48 and plus 2n equals 0. Negative 6n minus 4 plus 2a equals 0. Tell me if you have any questions so far. Let's stop for a second and see. Any questions? Any questions? Okay. I have to make sense of all this. I'm going to keep A as first variable, N as the second, and move 48. So negative 10A plus 2N equals negative 48. 2A minus 6N equals 4. Let's see if I can clean up anything. Yes, I'm going to divide this by 2. And I get negative 5a plus n equals negative 24. I'm going to divide this by 2. And I have a, I have minus 3n, and I have 2. Now, I'm going to multiply this by 5. Because 5 times a will cancel a, and then I multiply, but my target is to eliminate a when I add these two equations. But I need a 5 first. So negative 5a plus n equals negative 24. 5a minus 15n equals 10. But now I cleared the A. Negative 15 plus 1, negative 14n. Negative 24 plus 10, negative 14. Nice. N equals 1. If n equals 1, negative 5a equals negative 25. So a equals 5. So I'm happy I found the point. The point is, remember a is the first variable, so 5, comma 1. Is this a max or a min? I don't know. Yes, they're saying it's a max. Find a max. I don't know. I have to conduct the D test. I don't know if this is indeed a maximum. So in order to find out whether this is a maximum or not, we will have to continue finding PAA, PNN, and PAN. Of course, it will be the same with PNA, and conduct the test. Any questions so far? Let's take a
So
moment.
where'd you get the 5a equals negative 25 and then a is equal to 5? Okay.
So this was 1. We move it to the other side, we get negative 25. Negative 25.
Okay.
Is that better? That's why I showed
Yeah.
it here. It doesn't matter where you go back. You can go back here if you want. So if you want to go back here, then you get a minus 3. You move negative 3 to the other side, and you still get a equals 5. It doesn't matter. I chose here, but it's the same if you use this one. Same thing, of course. It has to be the same. Better? Other questions? Anyone? Very good. Thank you. Okay, so now I want PAA. Negative 10. No A. No A. PNN. Negative 6. No N. No N. PAN. 2. This one has to be the same. PN with respect to A. 2. So I have everything I need. So obviously the D test will be PAA. I don't even have anything to plug in. There is no variable. So this will be negative 10. PNN at that number, at that point, is still that, minus this one squared. So this is 60 minus 4, 56. It's a positive number. And PAA is negative. Whenever PAA, or FXX in other words, is negative and the D number, or D test if you want, is positive, this definitely guarantees that 5, 1 is a relative max. D is positive and FXX, or PAA in this case, is negative. What is the relative maximum? I don't know. I'll go back to the function and plug it in. P of 5, 1. So negative 5 times 25 minus 3 plus 48 times 5 minus 4 plus 2 times 5 times 1, 10 plus 290. So let's see what do I get with this. So this is negative 125, and then minus 3, and then plus 48 times 5, and then minus 5, and plus 300. I'm checking my numbers. Minus 3, yes. 48, minus 4, yes. I got 408. And this is in millions. And that's it. Let's look again and see if we want to choose anything else. Would you like to take a minute and upload